What's up, guys? Right now I'm picking up the Platy because me and Wyatt dropped this thing off earlier this morning because we had an appointment to get a bed liner installed. It was an option I added when we first picked it up, but since we went back to Colorado for a while, I didn't have time to drop the truck off until we got back. Now that we're back in Florida, we got it dropped off, and check it out. We have a fresh bed liner in the back of our Platinum here. It was just the factory white color, but knowing us, we're gonna be putting stuff back here. I didn't want the paint to get all scuffed up. We needed a tough bed liner in the back of this thing, and we are good to go. That looks so freaking good. It looks like there's just some water in there. They might have washed it off. I don't know the process, but got ourselves a bed liner in the Platy, boys. Time to bring her back home. I can't wait to put this thing to work, go on some road trips, and meet a whole bunch of you guys along the way. These chickens sure are getting comfortable coming over here into our yard. And look at this. See all this dirt right here? This used to be grass. It used to be green like how it is over there. But they're coming over here and just digging up all of our grass. Look at that. You have the audacity to be kicking up dirt in front of me like that? Look at them. They're just clawing at the ground, digging up dirt. These are our neighbor's chickens, and there's a hole in the fence, so they walk over, but they have been coming over here more and more. Look at it. What are you doing, dude? Stop scratching the ground. That's my grass. Dude, imagine if this happened at Cletus's place at the Freedom Factory. He would be livid. And we got this cock over there. We're up under the hatch here, and I think we have a black widow hiding up in there. I don't know if we can see the hourglass up under him, but I'm pretty sure that's a widow. Oh, that is a black widow, dude.
Dude,
did you see his hourglass?
Up, dude.
Oh.
Shit. Boy, get under, get the backside.
Oh man, that would have not been good.
Oh, he's playing dead.
He's balled up, but look.
Black Witty.
Yeah, the GoPro quality probably isn't the best, but there is her hourglass, because that is a female.
You should have started a nature channel instead of cars, bro. I swear. I told Kyle I'm crushing it, dude. I don't want that thing biting me when we're on the road.
Yeah, we better make sure there's no
you
more.
Imagine
this
being out you imagine being out in a field or like in the middle of nowhere, get bit by one of them?
Yeah, on race week or something.
Oof.
Well, boys, it is finally time, and I am so excited because today we are swapping in our all-wheel drive DOGBOX transmission into the hatch. I've been waiting for this moment for so freaking long. This thing has been under development for the last couple years, and then Aaron has been testing it, and I have the H22 in the car, and I didn't want to change the engine setup. We could have easily K-swapped the hatch and made it all-wheel drive and done this a long time ago, but I stuck it out and waited for this stuff to be developed, and we finally have our transmission, as you guys have seen. Got her assembled, and it has been waiting to go in the hatch for a few months now, and today is finally the day. And this takes me back because right now I am pulling everything apart to get the stock transmission out of this thing. We got the axles pulled out and everything else that we need, and just brings me back to the OG days where we were swapping a trans in this thing. It seemed like every other weekend, and then we would continue to just shatter the stock ones, run to the junkyard, get the innards out of them, come back, rebuild a new one, and it was a never-ending cycle. I'm sure all the OG fans remember the processes we went through to keep a trans together in this thing. But today we are putting a DOGBOX into the hatch. She's going all-wheel drive, and I'm so pumped. So like I said, everything in here is disconnected, and I'm just about ready to lower this jack down, let the engine tilt, and we will get that stock transmission out of there, and we will go ahead and get our new one installed. There's a couple things we have to swap over from this stock transmission. We need to steal the speed sensor off of it to go right here. We need the shift cable bracket that bolts on right there. We need the fork for the throwout bearing that will go right there, along with the boot and the throwout bearing itself. And then we can go ahead, stick this guy back in there. We can go back up with the car. Wyatt's working on the differential right now because we have that out of there to relocate the vent hole and plug up the old one. So we gotta plug that vent and then drill a new one on top, and then we can go back up with the car once the trans is in.
And put a drain plug in it.
Oh yeah, and do a drain plug. And then we can go back up with everything with the new transmission, get the diff bolted back into place, and we can measure for a drive shaft and see how much we need to take off of that guy down there.
Once we have that in there, dude, it's pretty much done.
Yeah.
Make some mounts for the viscous and should be
ready
to go.
And then a final mount for the diff.
Yeah.
And then we have to go pick up our transfer case for this transmission, which I'm getting tomorrow, because right now we still don't have the transfer case. That is over with our buddy Mark, because I'm having some custom stuff done with that, and one for the minivan. And then that's about it. And then we have the rear axles on the way as well. Those are coming too. And then the hatch will be all-wheel drive. Without further ado, we're gonna go ahead, drop this one out, get our new transmission installed. I am so excited, guys. It's been so long, but the few H22 crew, there's not many of us, but we're coming. Literally H power, baby. Yeah, me and Aaron are gonna be the only ones running all-wheel drive. He has a few of these bell housings running front-wheel drive setups, but I think I'll be the second one to do this, which is pretty cool. So let's get to it. All right, guys, the old transmission is out and we are ready to put the DOGBOX in. Got everything swapped over. You can see the shift cable brackets, speed sensor, and our fork with throwout bearing. And take a good look, boys, because this is about as clean as you will ever see this thing, because once it goes into the car, she's gonna get used and abused. So it's not gonna look nice and shiny forever. It does kind of suck, but we are ready to put this into the hatch. And then from there on, we can start measuring for our drive shaft. So I'm super excited. Let's get her in there. All right, guys, the new transmission is in. We found out that we have to modify the rear T-bracket to clear because right where the transfer case is, this hole on the bottom there is in the way, and we found that out as we were putting it in, so we kind of had to fish this guy out of there. But Aaron Lopez just sent me some pictures on how he modified his. We literally just cut that bottom ear off, and then we can put that guy back on. We'll be all good to go. Just like that.
Ooh, toasty. No glove mobbing.
How's that battery working as a paperweight?
Pretty nice. About all of them are good for.
Holding it right where you need it to be?
Yep.
Toss this thing once we're done.
Add it to the collection of dead batteries.
Yeah, we're stacking up a few bad batteries over there. But it works perfect to help hold the gas tank in place while Wyatt got everything all welded up.
Yep.
This is coming out great. Got the fuel cell on the back of the hatch here. Had to cut off the front tabs that it came with so it would fit back there. And then Wyatt made some tabs out of aluminum, used some nut certs, and got that guy all bolted in.
Going nowhere.
That is solid, baby.
Yep.
Yeah, I got this hole cut in the back.
Yep. This will have
We'll
just
have
a
our
little
feet coming
90.
out of there.
Come under, go to the pump. Pump will go up to the rail. Be good to go.
Done deal.
Yeah, now we got to build a little firewall deal for this, because anything within the cab NHRA, you got to have a firewall around it.
Yeah,
so
we're gonna have to seal this off.
yeah, we'll knock that out real quick tomorrow and be good to go.
Hell yeah, man. That is looking awesome. Are you gonna pull it out just for some final
Yep.
welding around those guys?
Be good to go.
Probably shoot them with some rattle can, call it a day, or just send it. Come on, don't pull a Kyle. That's the old me would just send it.
Yeah, we'll probably
a little spray paint,
some spray paint.
make her look real nice.
Call it a day. It'll look all right.
We'll start selling these kits.
There we go.
Rear gas tanks for your EK.
Yep.
Boosted Boys edition.
You just have to have a dented thing for all-wheel drive and a roll bar, and then it looks right at home. So,
Spray paint sold separately.
Yep, exactly. That's an upcharge. $50.
We got the hatch back up in the air and we are ready to hang the rear diff back up there. You can see this little 1/8 inch MPT fitting that Wyatt got in there for our event. It's just a little 90. And then on the other side, he added another one for a little drain in case we ever need to drain it out. We can still service this with it being inside the car. And then yeah, that was the old vent right there. He got welded up.
Yep.
So she is good to go.
Ready to go back in there.
Gonna hang this guy back up, and then the transmission and everything else is in place. So that is where it's going to be. You can see our modified T-bracket. It's pretty dark in here actually, so I'll grab a light in a second to show you guys that. But real quick, we're gonna go ahead and hang the diff back up, and then we'll get our transfer case on there and we can measure for a drive shaft.
Yep.
All right, so we got our mock-up transfer case here. This is the old one out of the Rowdicy that we destroyed. Right now, we're just gonna throw it in there. Its innards are completely gone, but we can still use it to measure for our drive shaft because the one that is for the hatch, I do not have right now. Like I said, they're both with somebody, and then I will be getting those tomorrow. But for today, we can at least get this guy into place. Let's see how everything's sitting. We definitely need some pole jacks for this, because right now Wyatt is holding the drive shaft above his head.
A little heavy.
But dude, we almost were perfect, and we would be, but we still have a flange adapter that has to go right here. But look at this, guys. We did not expect that. The drive shaft butts up perfectly to our transfer case right there. I mean, you know what? There's a chance, I'm just gonna double check tomorrow, if we just got this end changed out to that K-Series style.
Yeah.
That could also work, but either way, it has to go to the drive shaft shop no matter what.
Right.
Even if we have to change that end out or just shorten it a little bit for our spacer that will go right here, because that is a different bolt pattern than the K-Series transfer case. But we just wanted to hang that up real quick, kind of see where we were at. We need to wait until that piece comes in to get a final measurement.
Yep.
And we also have 2 pole jacks ordered that will be here in a couple days, and that will help us out as well. So we're not in a huge rush on the all-wheel drive stuff. Now that we kind of have all this stuff into place, we know it's going to go really fast from this point forward. We're waiting on the rear axle still to come in and some other little components. So from this point on, transmission's in and everything else should be good to go. So as long as we spend the next couple days just kind of buttoning up everything on the front of the car, and we just need to look at a couple things.
We've got fuel lines
with the wiring. There's still a couple things here and there with the fan and stuff like that. It works, but we just got to configure it properly. Oh, it's good?
Yep.
All right, so Wyatt already took care of that.
All we got to do is like a couple lengths of wire just to redo the starter wire because the battery moved. Just little things like that, and then the wiring's all done. A couple fuel lines we got to make since we relocated the tank. And then what I'm going to actually start on tonight is the brake lines. So we mentioned it earlier, I think, about the Stash Auto kit. So we're going to be doing completely upgraded brake lines and everything on the whole car.
Yep, we still have plenty to do before all of the all-wheel drive stuff comes in, but we're really comfortable at this point that we know we'll have everything we need here in the next couple days, and the all-wheel drive kit will be done and ready to go. But we still have a lot of work on other things that we're going to start on while that stuff comes in. I also went ahead and picked up a new battery for the hatch. It is sitting up in its tray right there, but we just got to get a new cable ran to that guy, and then it will be good to go. But are you gonna leave it up in the air for right now while we start on that stuff?
Yeah, so I'm gonna probably assemble the back discs and everything, because those can all go on right now, the calipers and everything. And then got to remove all the hard lines from the car. We're getting rid of all of them, and we're actually gonna be replacing it with all this stuff. So we're doing a new proportioning valve, getting rid of the one that's on the firewall, which is kind of in the way. And then it's literally got brake lines for everything. So like even the little lines that go to the calipers, like the whole deal.
Yeah, so I want to give a huge shout out to Stash Automotive right here. This is a complete brake line tuck delete kit, whatever you want to call it. It cleans it up completely. And along with all of these fresh new brake lines, we have a Sicky Manufacturing Hydro e-brake in there that he provided, along with the Willwood master cylinder to go to that guy. We're gonna do a whole brake line tuck kit, and it's gonna really clean up the look of the car and just getting her all legit. We've been waiting to install this kit for a minute, so we're sorry, but we're getting to it. Stash, we got you.
Yep. That's been sitting back there for a while, but yeah, I'm excited to see it on there, because especially with it being a tuck, like it gets rid of all the hard lines that are all ugly along the firewall. So I'm really excited to see how it turns out.
But she is getting there, boys. We are making progress. We have 10 days to get her ready for sick week. But I think we can do it. If we had everything here, it's 2-3 solid days of work away. She's ready to roll. And then we still got to test it.
Yeah, it's literally just the all-wheel drive stuff though, because like we have everything to make everything else work. It's only like the rear axles or the drive shaft. Like if one of those gets hangs up and takes too long, like that's the only setback we're gonna have.
Otherwise, worst case, we're going front wheel drive, baby. We got the block off plate right here. This is from TransLab if we needed to. So for instance, we're gonna bring this along just on the trip, and we have a spare transfer. If we break both our transfers somehow, then we can take it all out and we can block where the transfer case goes with this block off plate right here. And we running that thing front wheel drive, baby. And we'll make it home. As long as the transmission holds up and the front axles hold, we do not have any spares of those.
They are 5.9s, drive shaft shop 5.9s, so we shouldn't need them. But
No, it should not
you never
be breaking
know.
an axle.
You know, it is a Honda, so
Yeah, and I'm gonna send it on the trans. I don't, unless we have room on a trailer to bring that stock one.
right.
We'll see, but I'm planning on just sending this one and making it through. Our buddy Mario in Colorado has a Prelude, and he did Rocky Mountain Race Week on the same exact trans in front wheel drive mode, and he made it all the way through, no issues. So I'm feeling pretty confident.
Yeah, as long as something isn't like catastrophically wrong with it, I think it'll be just fine for the whole trip. So
Yep,
not
hopefully
worried
me and Aaron put that thing together, right? If something goes wrong, it's probably gonna be the one thing I touched.
the man, the myth, the legend himself. I would hope that he did it right.
Yeah, I'd hope so. But hey,
Then again, it was built in a trailer.
out of all the things I have the most experience with is the H trannies.
Yeah.
So hopefully we got that sucker put together right, and she drives 800 miles because we're sending it on a DOGBOX transmission. Not many people would do that, but we're gonna try it out, see how it likes to tow a trailer too. Well guys, that's going to about wrap it up for this video. All of the major components on the hatch are just about done, especially after getting that transmission in. It is really downhill from here. We just gotta get the brake lines done. As you guys just saw, we gotta get that Stash Auto kit on there. We have brand new rotors and pads for the rear. We are no longer on those drum brakes. And then we're waiting on some components to come in to get that looking less wobbly. And then it's just finalizing the fuel lines, getting our drive shaft in, and all that stuff that we've been repeating several times. I apologize, but it's very close, guys. So in the next couple days, we can hopefully have this thing back up and going, go from there.
Almost ready to rip, dude. Like I said, I've said this a million times.
I know we repeat ourselves a
Yeah.
lot. We see the comments,
Right.
but
I'm excited to go for a rip in this thing. Like, it's been so long. So
yeah, I hope you guys have been enjoying the hatch content because
yeah,
it's been so long.
dude, it's been.
And it's
crushing
finally
it.
coming back. Yeah,
You guys must
the
be
videos
liking
are
it,
doing great on this thing. So
Yeah.
we're just going to keep on rolling, show you guys our daily progress on it, and keep going from there. But that's it for today's video, boys. Hope you enjoyed. We'll see you later.